So guys, welcome to the next guide that I promised you. This will feature human against undead, and we will especially try to figure out how to stop the destroyer push. And this is a matchup where you can see all the involved units already in the picture here. You can see destroyers, you can see the towers, the archmage who's hiding behind it, the DK who wants to go aggressive right in your face, kill your first hero, kill your main base, kill your expansion with all the destroyers, and the slaughterhouse where all the pain is coming from. So we don't wait that long, we will directly jump into the game. And I will just tell you really quick that the perfect showcase example for that might be Twisted Meadows, because Twisted Meadows is one of the maps where we saw the destroyer pushes most of the time, because the human will run a little bit late with everything, because he will have the shredder later, but before that it gets a little bit dicey, and if he's able to delay your creeping, delay your expansion, you will maybe fall for this destroyer push. So before we jump into the game, the music stops real quick, and there we go. This is Twisted Meadows. I'm spawning here. I showcased a game of myself against XLorD, a former EPS champion, a former wonderkind of German WarCraft here, and also internationally he was one of the best Undead players for quite some time. He tried the game again and he feels like it's a lot of fun playing it again. He also enjoys streaming it, so definitely check out his stream as well on Twitch, as well as mine. But right now I'm spawning here in the 9 o'clock position on Twisted Meadows, and as we can see it already on the minimap, XLorD is spawning at the 6 o'clock position here on Twisted Meadows, though it will be a close position, but not the favorable one for the Undead player. He would like to be like here in this position, spawning at 11 or almost 12 o'clock, to be like really close by to the laboratory camp and have a short traveling distance from the starting camp on the minimap over to my laboratory. It will be like super close. Well, this one is still a long traveling distance and it will take like forever, but the cross-map traveling distance is even further, so keep that in mind. This is still a good position for the human player and not that great for Undead, but still it could be worse. So we will directly start the game here. This is a fast build altar. I pulled 2 workers, 2 peasants for that, construct the altar as well as an additional one to construct the farm. All the ones that I construct go directly into the gold line to fill that one up again. And what I have to say at this point is that I did this guide already once and it took me 40 minutes to explain everything and give you all the information and all the insights. But then after doing it I realized that my microphone was muted throughout the entire thing, and yeah, for that reason I have to do it again, and I would like to point out all the stuff once more. Maybe I learned a lesson or two already out of that. So I replaced all the workers in the gold line. I just paused the game real quick. I'm about to have my altar of kings finished here as well as the farm. I will send the 2 guys that constructed the altar back to wood, and the other one who constructed the farm will go to the gold line and fill this one completely off so that I will have 5 workers in gold. And the next worker, the next peasant that comes out of the town hall will go to this location and construct the barracks. But we will see this in 1 second. So, worker micro bag, archmage is being summoned. We have a barracks going down, and we see additional forces coming here from the town hall, additional peasants. As soon as these guys are done getting the lumber out of that, you can see both of them deliver 10 lumber. I sent them over, as well as the next one that spawns. 1 farm goes down, power built by 2 workers, barracks goes down, power built by 2 workers as well. So we don't have a complete wall off yet. You should definitely have that later on. So fill in this missing spot here, keep that in mind, this is still open. Fill in this missing spot with an additional farm and have a full wall off so that the Undead hero cannot reach your main base, cannot reach your gold line that good. And just keep that in mind to close that one off later. We will quickly jump into the Undead main base. You can see he will get the second ziggurat here most likely. He's getting his Death Knight. You can compare the speed of the heroes. I'm already 50% done while he just started. He gets the Tome of Relics for the Rod of Necromancy, as well as the Crypt for additional ghouls. And this will be typical for the destroyer push. You will have ghouls against footmen early on, and then transition into statues, and later on into the destroyers. And then with the all the ghouls that you got earlier on, and as well as 4 to 6 or 7 destroyers that you can get in the meantime, you will try to hit your opponent and try to crush one of his bases. So we will keep the replay going here. I get even more peasants because you really need them. for creeping of the laboratory, because you really want to creep the laboratory over here with the rock golem as well as the mud golem, the infamous muddy. You want to free that one, because then you can use the scan for scouting purposes to figure out like how far his tacking is, how far everything else is going, like his slaughterhouses, his production, and even his starting position. So as soon as my Archmage is about to drop out of the altar, I get all the 6 workers that I have on wood right now. I'm at 19 out of 24 workers at the moment. This minute 1 minute 38 seconds. The Archmage drops out. I get 6 workers as well as 1 from the gold mine. So I will have 7 militias in total for the creeping of the laboratory. And I will replace the missing one from the gold line with the next worker that lines up here from the town hall. So don't forget to rally your waypoint here for 1 worker and then rally it back to the wood so that your gold line will be replenished with 5 workers. So we will see. 7 militias being pulled. Archmage drops out, summon the first water elemental right away, send it also down. We see the cute trick here from XLorD trying to slow down my militias a little bit by blocking the way. And the best thing to creep that, or at least my way of creeping that, is having the water elemental, the first one, spawn it as soon as your Archmage comes out, send it down here, send it close to the rock golem so that the rock golem gets all his damage to the water elemental, and as soon as the forest troll trap 2 units, maybe like 2 militias, maybe 1 militia, 1 footman. Then as soon as the 2 engineers are out, spawn the second water elemental close to the rock golem so that all the damage gets absorbed by the rock golem here. You can see I will try this in a second. I will kill the mud golem off first with 4 militias, send the rest to the rock golem already. Rock golem is doing all the damage to the water elemental, 2 engineers are out, second water elemental close to the rock golem, and all the damage should go to the rock golem here as you can see it. DK on the minimap is already on the way here, already running as fast as you can to get a few kills here. And in the meantime, of course, I keep producing footmen, I keep producing peasants, and I get everything in place. So I end up in a really good way with 300 experience points as well as the Lion Horn of Stormwind. And you saw that I killed one of the workers. He had like 10 or 11 HP left. So for that reason I decided to kill that one. It's like a bloody way of getting rid of someone. You can see how bloody it is. There's a lot of blood involved in killing him here, but still, I think it's still worth it. If you have a peasant that got like 10 HP and you can see that the DK is already riding as fast as he can and wants to kill as many peasants as possible, then just kill that one off and deny the experience from him, and you can also start the reproduction already. You can see I'm already replacing that one. Because I know I will have the cost anyhow, I will have to replace that one, and I would have lost 2 guys. So right now I'm just losing 1 to him. He gets 25 experience for that. I try to do as much damage as possible to the DK here, so I hit him, cancel the animation as soon as the hit goes out, cancel the animation again, and hit him a couple of more times. He already lost 300 HP for that, and I'm not sure if this is totally worth it, but you want to keep the DK as low as you possibly can so that he will have a hard time stealing creeps from you, because he has to be close in order to steal that one. So I summoned the Water Elemental earlier when I tried to defend my peons that were sent back here. I tried to save them with the Water Elemental as well. Could have saved the one, but I decided to spawn it, and right now I have absolutely no use for it, because I will not go for the expansion creep now, because I only got 50 wood at the moment. This is not enough to construct an expansion, so I will use the Water Elemental for creeping purposes, and you can see I think I will also relocate the footman here so that all the damage goes to the water elemental. Yeah, there you go, so all the damage goes to the water elemental. And in the meantime, the Archmage tries to chase the DK here, but he is doing quite a poor job of that. I knew that he will go back to the orange camp because there are all the skeletons in the world, and that he will spawn the Rod of Necromancy, but he decides to go for this camp here and spawn it there. Still got plenty of mana, only used 1 coil earlier on when he killed one of the workers here. So right now I have 100 wood. I also need the Arcane Tower in my main base, because I know where he was coming from. I'm kinda anticipating that his spawning location is this one, even though I have no confirmation on that. I just know that I will need an Arcane Tower, because if he sends skeletons in my main base, especially to the workers here on wood, and if you don't pay attention to it for like 10 or 15 seconds, they will just rip apart a few of your workers, and then your all your lumber harvesting here gets a little bit reduced by that. And for that, just in order to counter that, have an Arcane Tower in place. It also makes it harder for the DK if he comes to your main base, gets burned all the time. just have an Arcane Tower in a really great position to burn the mana, kill the skeletons early on, and just prevent all the damage from your workers here. So as I hit the amount of 170 wood here, I think, or 160, yeah. Right now I have 160 wood. I know that I have a couple of workers still getting more lumber here. I decide to, okay, I will just pull 6 or 7 militias. I think at the moment it's 7. Yeah, I pulled 7 militias. I got 4 footmen. I still got a new farm being constructed, though I'm right now supply blocked and I cannot produce any more workers. But I already lined up the next footman as well as the next worker. So as soon as the farm is done, the production will continue. And for that, I know that I will have the amount of wood that I need for the expansion, and that I'm good to go with 170 number. And yeah, I'm right now using the 7 militias, the 5 footmen. There's a 51 coming here to creep the expansion. One skeleton is already keeping track of that, so he knows when to be there. And you can see the DK is already coming. The ghouls are about to come as well. And when you ever do this camp, or the camp, let's say, or last refuge, you always kill the Förster trappers first, because they trap your units. They are, when they get bloodlusted, they do plenty of damage because their attack rate goes nuts, and they also have the 25 up to 25 piercing damage, and it's just a lot more than these guys here, the Augur Warriors. Just kill the Förster trappers first. It's definitely the best choice. So my footmen tried to kill that one, my militias kill the other one. We can see that the ghouls are coming in, and at the moment the militia duration is about to run out here. So I decide to retreat here. Also my Archmage, you can see he is sending 5 skeletons onto my Archmage. And for that, keep your Archmage running. He really has to run in safe locations. He is not going, he's not getting surrounded there. So I just have to keep running from the skeletons, otherwise I get so much damage. I'm retreating with the workers because I saw that the ghouls are already here. He also got the backpack upgrade, but he didn't get himself another Rod of Necromancy, so he's left with 1 charge. You can see that I will decide to bring more militias to finally creep that expansion again, because I just had to cancel it because the workers were already in place and they are super weak. He tried to surround my Archmage for a second there, was not really successful with that, and the skeletons are still attacking the Archmage. For a second I decided, okay, I will just stand still and get rid of them. He will kill at least 2 more workers. Still not level 2 for him, but in a good way to level 2. And you can see 6 more militias being called towards the expansion. My Archmage is already waiting there. I still got the water elemental to soak up the damage, and I will start continuing, or I will continue the creep spot here and finish it finally off to be able to get an expansion in place. In the meantime, you can see that his ghouls, who were chasing my workers, are located in my main base, because it's like the best solution for him, because he was like super far away with his DK already, and the ghouls were in this location here. So for that reason he thought, okay, I will just send them in the main base, and as soon as you see the ghouls go to your main base, no matter how many resources you might need for your expansion, you just use Call to Arms, because you really want to get rid of them as fast as possible. So you want to get as much damage out as you can. We can see I bait out a coil, get the creep for myself, level 3 finally for my Archmage. Maybe even a surround on the DK, not paying attention to that, but getting the entire creep spot in the main base. We are both microing our hearts out. You can see 2 red workers, 4 red ghouls here, 2 of them still orange. And as soon as you prevented the damage to be done there, you just send them back again and get your economy going again while you construct your expansion. I got the perfect amount. I am even sending back one of the workers because I knew a few workers died in my main base. So having a 6th worker there at my expansion makes no sense. 5 workers are definitely enough to power build that. He's going around, tries to get some more workers, but I knew that, so I kept all my units there in place because I knew that he will try to snipe a few more ones. Even though he got no more rod, just keep in mind if he gets the rod with the backpack upgrade, this would have been a better choice. DK runs in, gets surrounded immediately. Surround by me. Yeah, hype. You don't see that all too often. Make a picture of it, pin it to your wall, and keep in mind that I don't do that all the time. I also sent one of the level 2 water elementals, because I'm level 3 finally, to my main base to deal with additional harrows by the ghouls. I also sent one of the footmen right now to the laboratory, because I got no farm constructed there. You could also easily construct a farm there when you are done creeping that. I just sent it there because I knew that I will need the shredder later on, because I'm kind of expecting ghouls tell their own story. If you play ghouls first, most of the time you will face a Destroyerpush, and XLorD is kind of famous because he was one of the guys who was like really solid with that. He knew the strategy inside out and he was super good. So after finishing the expansion, getting an Archon Tower for your expansion as well to get rid of the heroes, I was kind of expecting him to get a Panda and apply a lot more pressure to my expansion, but he's not doing that. Get an Archon Tower nonetheless, because it's like really important to get rid of the skeletons as well as like possible heroes. And then after constructing that, get the lumber mill so that the traveling distance to deliver the lumber will be shorter than to the main base, and you will also get the ability to construct guard towers. So from that, construct the lumber mill, get a unit or a farm in place to hire the shredder as soon as you hit 100 gold, 100 wood, and 375 gold. So I decided, okay, I have absolutely no idea where he is. I will just scout here and see what his tech line is or what he tries to do here. And as soon as my footman arrives there, you can see I'm clicking it right now. I got the green circle around it. I see that there is tier 3 already started. 2 ghouls from him sent to my line here, which is like super smart. I really like to see that, to do some more damage while I am active on the map here and not dealing with the damage. I really like that he sent them over there. It was a really smart decision by him. But they are both like super low, and I think the Archon Tower should be enough to get rid of them. So he will decide to go back from that. Yeah, you can see he's pulling the ghouls away. The Archmage wants to apply some more pressure, because I knew that there might be some weak ghouls there still. So he's sending some forces to me to gain some more time. And in the meantime, I already got the Shredder also to deal with the ghouls that were there earlier. I also got in my main base plenty of workers. After constructing this worker here, I might stop the worker production because I got enough workers here already. But what I really want to have is more workers at my expansion, because you don't want to use the workers from your gold line to produce towers there, because then you're not getting the right amount of gold that you would need to support all that. So build additional workers, let's say like 4 to 6 workers for your expansion, just to be able to get all the production done, get all the buildings that you need, all the towers that you need, while you are getting sufficient amounts of gold out of both of your gold mines. And yeah, in my main base I already got the right amount of workers. I think I got 6 there by finishing that one. And with the shredder I got enough wood. So I'm not constructing the workers at my expansion to get more wood, it's just for the sole purpose of constructing the buildings, constructing the towers, and so on. So right now I see that both of his slaughterhouses are really well placed. You can see he did a great job of cutting the woods there and cutting the right trees so that he got enough space to construct the slaughterhouse there as well as here. Let's suppose he's constructing the second slaughterhouse here, and you can see it's not done yet. I could easily get rid of that because I got 2 water elementals, like 5 to 6 footmen there, and there's absolutely no weakness in order to kill them. But I realized the Tome of Relics is a little bit out of position, and this is usually the case for Undead players. And the Tome of Relics is crucial for the Destroyer push, because as soon as you lose the Tome of Relics, you will not have the Orb of Corruption if you didn't get it before, and you will not have the opportunity to construct any more statues, because this is a building that you will need to construct statues as well as to get to research the Destroyer upgrade itself. So I knew that this is out of position and the building is super weak. I just summoned the second water elemental here, there you go. I decided to give it a go and get rid of that building as soon as I can. He's even pulling acolytes to repair that, and it's totally worth losing a few units here. You can see it, I lost 1 footman. I think I will lose both of the water elementals to him, and he gets plenty of XP out of that. He should be level 3 any second, no, not yet. But after killing this footman he could be level 3. He's also using one of the slow towers to slow my Archmage in the end. And yeah, right now his DK is still level 2, but he lost the shop and we can pay. He just hit tier 3, you can see it. I killed the shop after he hit tier 3. So right now he's not able to research the Destroyer upgrade. He's not able to get more statues. He's sitting on 1 statue, getting the Gold Frenzy upgrade. And after killing that Tome of Relics, I felt rather safe, because I knew this opens up a whole new timing window. I will have a few more minutes to get everything in place. I decide to attack right away, because we can see my resources are not that great at the moment. I almost spent everything that I get. I already get like more workers here. I got 2 workers, the shredder working for me. Got 1 more scout tower in place to upgrade that one. I will get more towers in my main base, and I line them up in a line so that when you try to hit one of the towers with your splash damage, you get hit by 5 or 6 towers at once, and destroyers melt against towers as well as the towers melt against them. So you either build them in a line like that, I also see Chinese players building like squares or something like that. They would build towers like the entire green square that I point out at the moment. To have like plenty of towers here, let's say like 10 towers. And if you try to hit the middle one, then you will just get hit by 10 towers and the destroyers will just get killed. But what is really crucial against destroyers is a masonry upgrade, improved masonry, to have some more additional hit points on your towers as well as more armor. This is like really crucial. You really need that item. Get every masonry upgrade that you can. On tier 1 you can also get you can only get one upgrade. On tier 2 you can get another one, and on tier 3 you get the last and all deciding improved masonry upgrade, and this is the one that you want to go for, especially against pushers with the destroyers or meat wagons. So we killed the shop earlier, we set the expansion is totally fine, we got a shredder there. If you're sending some more ghouls, we get workers in order to like keep the tower production up later on in a few seconds, and we got a lot of workers to construct towers here as well. So all the resources are covered, we get gold from the gold mines, we get wood from the shredder, and the workers are in place to get some more towers. You can see it at the moment. More workers being constructed to get more towers later on and also repair them against the destroyer push that is about to come. And XLorD got caught a little bit off guard, I think. He was not expecting this at all. His game plan was to have destroyers in place as soon as possible and strike me as hard as he can. So right now he's struggling on that a little bit. And if he loses the Tome of Relics again, I realized that it's like super weak under construction. I can just kill it with 2 footmen and the water elemental. The water elemental got surrounded, but the Archmage, as you can see it, is enough to kill the Tome of Relics. And this will delay the destroyer push even further. But this time, by killing this footman, he will be level 3. The ghouls are friendly, they are super fast, especially with the Unholy Aura. Archmage dropping low already, there's another coil. I just checked his hero, and you can see 3, 4 more mana points, 2 more mana points, 1 more mana point, and I just decide, okay, if this is totally not worth it, try to bait it out, I would just do the safe than sorry version. I get plenty of more towers here at my expansion as well in my main base. You can see a few towers being constructed. Arcane Vault is done, but I will lose this to the ghouls, and to keep my hero alive I use the Zeppelin here. Just put it in the Zeppelin so that he cannot get coiled and get a few more towers in place. What I didn't do, but what I told you to do, and which is like super necessary that you do it, is close off your base. Get the full wall off, because if these towers, they're still not done. He could easily try to go with his frenzy ghouls into my main and kill a few workers, because the amount of militias is not that great at the moment. But I think like closing off your main base is a great deal, especially against the DK. You can also hide out there with your Archmage. I wanted to close that one with a farm, but I was not able to do that because he got his ghouls in place. And he also retreats because he's like, okay, maybe the towers are not that worth killing. He's also trying to go for the altar, but the Archmage is still there. I'm not that scared because the amount of mana on the DK is quite low, so he will not have a coil any second. So I still load it in again and decide to, okay, I think my main base is safe. I'm just closing off with the farm, and I will go for your main base to apply some pressure to your base. In the meantime, I told you that the full wall off for your base is great to keep the heroes out, so that when the destroyers dive in to kill your towers, they will have a hard time being healed by the DK, because he has also get in range for that coil. And get a full wall off for your towers is always great, so also try to get a almost full wall off, or if you can get a full wall off at your expansion against destroyer pushes. And right now I get the necessary blacksmith in place, as well as a few more farms to protect my towers from the side that they cannot be attacked by ghouls, and that all the heroes will have a hard time making it deeper inside my main base. I also decide to get even more tower info. I got already like 7 towers here, or no, it's even 8 towers at the moment. And in my main base I also got 8 towers. Got tier 2, and I immediately decide to go to tier 3. As soon as you hit tier 2, you will also have the opportunity to get the advanced masonry upgrade. Get that as soon as possible. More HP as well as more armor points there. I wanted to apply pressure with the Zeppelin Harris, but he totally saw that coming, and for that reason he got that really nice gargoyle in the air to prevent that Harris. And what I also have to say is XLorD throwing off his game plan, realizing this for himself, and as smart as he is, or as good as a player as he is, he knew, okay, There's only one way that I can turn this around, because my destroyers will be super late. He will have everything. He will have all the towers. He just decides to go into meat wagons, and this is a great choice, because with meat wagons you can basically ignore the towers and directly go for the town hall. Right now the towers, the meat wagons are still hitting the barracks, but he's getting a third one. There is no attack upgrade yet for them. I think getting one attack upgrade is definitely legit. I wanted to go inside that main base, but I'm not making it inside of that, because I got no more town portal, and committing into that would be a huge risk. I could lose everything. I start repairing the barracks here, and yeah, now he realizes, okay, I really want to hit that main base, and he starts hitting that. Improved masonry is about to be done. You can see my reaction to this is constructing 2 aviaries to have griffin riders against the meat wings and then snipe them with a couple of hits. And what I should have also done is get 2 workshops here. Get 2 workshops in place to send over like 2 tanks to his main base to apply a lot of pressure to the Tome of Relics, to the ziggurats and stuff, because there will not be too much in his main base, because he will commit all the action to my main base. And if I send a few tanks over, maybe I can force him to go back, force a few units back, then maybe catch the meat wings out of position. But I'm only going for the aviaries. That's a huge mistake. I should also construct, in the same time, I should also construct 2 workshops down here. So we will continue the replay. The Archmage decides to go back. I got no town border like I pointed out, and I have to retreat from that, otherwise the Zeppelin might die and I will end up on an island where I can not get like out of or back from. Let's say back from sounds better. I get, is this a second shredder? Yeah, I get 2 shredders, because I felt like, okay, maybe I can fight this off. Like, I call malicious, also use the shredders, and then maybe I can fight this off and get rid of everything, because there were no destroyers in the air. But I think in the meantime, yeah, he's getting the destroyer upgrade, and with the frenzy ghouls as well as with the lich and the orb of corruption on the lich, you can see it, his army is not that weak. I thought it might be a lot weaker, but 2 shredders getting the lumber for me, so I can easily repair that one. I got to the 2 aviaries. I'm waiting for tier 3 to be done. I get the Mountain King finally, and then I will start hitting back again. So sometimes 3 or 4 meat wings. I think 4 meat wings are a crucial number, because they do almost more damage than you can repair efficiently, so that you are not losing like super much gold. So you have to get rid of 1 or 2 of them, because otherwise they will just kill your main base in the long run, and your expansion is not worth it. You are not getting all the gold from your expansion just to keep your main base alive, and for that reason you really have to get rid of 1 or 2 of them. And I realized that there's no acolyte repairing them, so applying a little bit of pressure with the more water elemental is definitely the right call. Maybe even try to kill that one by pulling everything, using all the militia that you have to your hand here, and then try to get rid of as many meat wings as you can. Fall back into your main base, start getting resources again, and start get a real army. You can see tier 3 is done, and then I decide to get the griffins. He almost kills my Archmage. I'm able to micro that one away, got a second Zeppelin, because I thought the first one is about to die, and he kills my altar, so that I will not have the Paladin anytime soon. And I should start the Masonry upgrade level 3 at the real quick, because I really need that one. And keep in mind, he's only transitioning into meat wings because I delayed his destroyer push super far. If any other player that you play and you are able to kill the Tome of Relics and deny that, and even if he wants to do the late version of the destroyer push, he will just fail miserably. There's no chance that this can succeed if you have like workshops already in place, gyro production, all the towers in the world that keep up against the destroyers. This is only the transition out of it that you can use to be successful in the end. A late destroyer push makes no sense. I use the Zeppelin to micro away the super low shredder here, try to kill as many units as I can with the small investment of units that I have to my hand at the moment. Not too many units. Finally, the imbued masonry. So this is the third upgrade for the masonry. Some more HP and some more armor point. Some more points in armor. You can see already 3k armor, 3k HP for the castle, as well as 7 armor. Some more pressure onto the farms here, because he cannot really kill that castle, and I think he slowly realizes that. At this point it's a little bit boring to watch. We will go into a little faster here. I wanted to go out to kill 1 or 2 of the meatwings again with the griffin, but then he morphed 1 of his destroyers or 2 of his destroyers and I felt like, okay, maybe this is not the right call here, and still I tried to snipe one of them. Yeah, get rid of one of the destroyers, but lose my Archmage for that, because I should have bought a town portal. Losing my Archmage, also my Mountain King all of the sudden completely out of position, will not ever make it back into that main base. And I'm just gaining some time, but I'm losing both of my heroes. Definitely not worth it. At this point I was like, maybe I'm losing the game, maybe this is slipping out of hands here. But I was able to reduce the number of meat wagons, so for that reason he will not be able to do so much damage here, and I'm still on 2 bases. This one is not fully set in place. There's one worker missing in the gold line. And finally I get a workshop and I construct the first tank there, as well as get my altar back in place to construct the heroes, or revive the heroes finally. With the griffins I wanted to catch one of the meat wagons, because I felt like it's kinda out of position. I wanted to control it over the forest. But he already got Gargs in the mix, the one Garg that he used earlier on. I killed one of my shredders, the one with the 1 HP, because I knew that the destroyers are coming for them. The other destroyer is still falling to the heroes here, so they gained like a lot of experience from that. Should have denied that myself as well. But one workshop will not be enough, and I need to get another one to start my gyro production soon, because I think the best army that you can get in this case, or in this game here, is definitely the griffins with attack upgrades against everything that is on the ground. They are good against statues, they are really good against heroes, they are good against the meat wagons, and especially against ghouls. You hit like with griffins you hit ghouls and they just rip apart. And against the destroyers, if there's no panda, you definitely need gyrocopters. Gyrocopters are so good with the upgrades and the splash damage. They just deal so well with huge amounts of air. So I think the perfect army composition against destroyer pushes in general is definitely gyrocopter and griffins, and then just try to snipe the heroes, or try to snipe like the statues first that are not morphed, and then the heroes, maybe the DK up front with the griffins, because they do so much damage. And then with the gyrocopters try to get good positioning over the forest to get rid of the destroyers. So we will see. He is applying some more pressure towards my main base here, but not doing all that much. In the meantime, I get my heroes back. Finally, the Archmage is back again in the game here. I get one more steam tank. You can see one of the tanks is making it to his main base. And I felt like, maybe I can apply some pressure there, but there are still 3 ghouls in the main base. And he's constructing a few more gargoyles, as well as statues, to have like a solid air army to deal with my griffins. Definitely a good choice by him. The blacksmith is not upgrading anything yet. The second steam tank is out. I got 1 upgrade for the siege tanks as well as for the gyrocopters. Mountain King is also finally back. While all this is going on, I'm sitting on 50 supply, so I'm getting the perfect amount of gold out of both of the gold mines. But I'm not getting that rich, so I'm not getting a huge bank. He was sending back all his ghouls to deal with the steam tank, so his army gets a lot weaker by the ghouls being back in his main base. He will also clean off the second tank, but I still send it in because I knew that maybe he will pull the units back into his main base here, or into his main army, towards his main forces. And right now I feel like, okay, I will just get upgrades for the attack. I also got an upgrade for the gyrocopter for the attack already. With 2 workshops I can get the crucial amount of gyrocopters that I will need to deal with that army. I have to repair the main hall so that it's not dying as soon as it hits 50% of HP. I'm also getting rid of a few of extra workers here at my expansion, because I want to be below taxes for like as long as I can. So right now I'm hitting low upkeep, only getting 7 gold per worker, per delivery. But with the 3 masonry upgrades you can see it, more than 3k HP on the castle, as well as 8 armor. The towers have 8 armor as well as 650 HP, so they're like super strong. Gyrocopter being gathered behind my forces. He keeps destroyers like everywhere. You can see like, whoa. XLorD's vision on the map is like that. He sees with 1 destroyer there, the other destroyers here in the back of my base, not paying attention to it for a second, and the gyrocopters make a quick process out of that one, killing that. There's still 1 destroyer in a scouting position there. And he is fully committing to that. There's no expansion set up, there's nothing. He really wants to kill me with that push. But the longer this goes, the better this looks for me. And you can see gyrocopters are also really good against gargoyles in low amounts. I think this is the right term to say it. But as soon as he gets like a sick gargoyle army, or if you have to deal with a gargoyle army out of 2 barracks or out of 2 crypts, you definitely need tanks with the upgrade to hit all the air units in place. So right now I try to do some damage here to all the air units, because I knew that there's no Panda yet, and my main base looks still really strong, not losing all too many hit points here. I still get griffins here, as well as more gyrocopters are being constructed. So I really feel like, okay, I got a strong enough army to deal with this, and I think I can deal with it like in no time. And while all this was going on, I idled in my main base for quite some time, and right now I feel like, okay, I have both of I have my second and my third hero out, and I feel like, okay, I have some creeping to do. But if I want to win this game, I definitely need the high level Mountain King as well as the high level Paladin, together with the gyros and the hero focus that comes with the griffins. This is just great, so I decide to go for some creeping, but at the same time, you can see it on the other side, XLorD got himself the Panda. He knows that he will need the Panda in order to like take good engagements against the gyrocopters with his destroyers in the air. So he hires the Panda, and he also knows that he has to creep there to level 3. So we will both meet up finally again here. And this transitions into a more or less normal game in the end. You can see he got like 2 destroyers in the air, and I think these are 2 gargoyles. I got like 1 full control group of gyrocopters already, the flying machines, and you will see like this is not like speed up. You can see how much damage the Griffin Rider will do to the ghouls, and how much damage the flying machines will do to the gargoyles. You can see ghouls dying, gargoyles dying, destroyers dying. And yeah, the moment he gets all the statues morphed and absorbs all the mana from the statues is the moment that you want to retreat for a small amount, because you really want to have no mana on the destroyers whatsoever, because the destroyers have like the crazy splash damage with the mana. And whenever you fight, especially when the Panda is on the field, try to fight the destroyers above the forest, because then the Panda has a really hard time using his Breath of Fire efficiently. And this might be a perfect engagement to attack from there with your gyrocopters while they are chasing you. My heroes are a little bit out of position, but I try to stun one of the ghouls so that I'm not getting surrounded. I got the Staff of Preservation to keep them alive. You can see how much damage the Griffin Riders can do against the ghouls, and I'm here above the forest. You can see the Panda is out of position. He has to relocate himself to this location in order to Breath of Fire over the forest or through the forest so that the gyrocopters will be hit. So this is a great position to fight, even though there's still mana on the destroyers. You can see how much damage my flying machines do to them, and it's just a great tool to have. And as soon as both of us retreat, we both go for some creeping, because we want to have our heroes with higher levels. I think he might solo creep this here with his Panda. Yeah, he's solo creeping this, pulling away the DK as well as the Lich. Nice Pendant of Mana, I think. Yeah, it is a Pendant of Mana for the Panda. And this is a game that I recently played against XLorD. It's not that long ago, so I really remind myself of how I felt when I saw the Panda with a Mana Pendant. It's always scary. From creeping the Mercenary, I got a greater healing potion, and from creeping the Red Spot, I actually get a Staff of Silence. So when the fight starts, I would just bolt his Panda as soon as my flying machines hit his destroyers, and then I have a good amount of seconds where he is stunned and cannot use the Breath of Fire. And then after that I can still silence him, and he will be like silenced and stunned for quite some time. So I think I can take really good engagement with these item competitions. Also Paladin on a good way to level 3, 2.5 at the moment, and Panda from creeping the Red Spot all by himself, almost level 3 already. So 68 supply for me at the moment, against 61 supply from XLorD. Let's check the gold mines really quick, because we were fighting for quite some time. The main gold mine is already dry for both of them, because we are not sitting on any extra gold there. XLorD is expanding at the red spot that he crept. I was kind of thinking about it, because I knew that Usually when you creep a really big spot, and I know that this is the only position, because he was not creeping this year earlier on, or this year, so the red spot will be the only position where he could possibly expand, because this is the only item that I can see on his hero, and I only knew it has to be this position that he expanded, and I think I sent the gyro over there to check on that. Yeah, gyro goes that way, because I'm not seeing it yet, but the gyro will give me the necessary confirmation. And right now we go into the fight by half speed. You can see with the Griffins I try to do as much damage as I can to the Ghouls, because the Ghouls are just a pain in the ass, and they die like super quick and give quite some experience. And in the meantime I still have my gyrocopters. I think there's no mana on the Destroyers. No, there's not. I still just try to keep my Griffins alive and retreat from the engagement. I think I killed like 3 Ghouls, which is like okay. My Paladin is on a good way to level 3. Mountain got some extra experience points, as well as the Robe of the Magi, and he's using his dead wood meat wagons. They are not doing a thing for him anymore, because the meat wagons are just like became useless all of a sudden, because I'm not using tanks and he's not applying pressure anymore towards my main base. He felt like, okay, before I kill them myself, I will just make use of them as good as I can and try to attack his castle one last time. But it's not looking all that good. I think I will repair it sooner or later, but I'm aware of the expansion that is going down, and I think I will send the first tank. I'm constructing tanks against that, because I feel like, okay, I can send a tank to his expansion to keep him busy, because he has to get rid of it, and in the meantime I can creep the remaining camps and get my heroes to really nice levels, gather some more really cool items for them, and in the end just like get a lot stronger. You can see the flying machine also scouted different positions for the expansion. So I'm kinda safe, and I know that I'm just fighting against 1 gold mine while I'm only sitting on 1 gold mine myself, killing off one of the meat wagons, staffing out the gyrocopter once again, level 3 finally for the Paladin. Mountain King bolts the Panda as soon as he tries to go in there, so the mana burn from the Arcane Tower is real, as well as the gyrocopters from behind. They were dealing quite some damage against the Destroyers. So whenever you can, try to fight above forest. Now he's even silenced, he cannot do shit, and as soon as he realizes that he is silenced, or that he's not silenced anymore, he uses the Invo Potion to do at least 1 Breath of Fire here, but he's not doing a great job of that. The meat wagons, one of them falls. I think I could have sniped the Panda here, but for some reason I didn't do it. So the tank that was sent earlier to the expansion is not doing a thing at the moment, but right now I will relocate him and I will try to snipe that. And in the meantime, I really want to have him there. I just used the space that I create by sending the 1 tank to his expansion to creep some more. You can see it here, some more creeping is going down. I wanted to expand there, but the amount of lumber that I got is not the right amount that I need, because I was getting the flying machine bombs upgrade for the gyrocopter, because I felt like, okay, I'm close to your expansion, and I knew that I kinda shifted the attention to your expansion by sending a tank there, so that I will have some time killing a few buildings here in your main base, and in the meantime I can send over my gyrocopters to deal with the expansion, because there are no towers located yet. So getting the flying bombs to make better use of your gyrocopters and keep your opponent busy in his main base as well as at the expansion is a great deal. And then I realized, okay, there's not too much that I can do in the main base, because I'm not really willing to dive into that, because I got no town portal. And for a second, you will see it, for a second I totally forgot about the gyrocopters while I was creeping, and the gyrocopters are not killing the gold mine. Breath of Fire hit them and they are almost all dead. 2 of them are remaining. I'm not able to get a second expansion up because I lack a little bit of resources here. And yeah, finally this looks not all that great. So I get a healing scroll on my Archmage to heal up against the Breath of Fire Nova combination, because I know that it's dealing like so much damage to my Griffin Riders here. So for that reason I decided, okay, it's the right call to get 1 heal scroll, sell a few items for that. And yeah, I'm running dry, the expansion is gone. I construct another expansion here with 2 workers only, because I cannot really afford to put any more workers into that power build. You can see my resources at the moment. So I'm fighting 1 base against, or 1 gold mine against no gold mine, but the 1 gold mine that was running is actually being killed right now. So XLorD also on no more gold. And as soon as the fight starts, Breath of Fire Nova on all my units, you can see it, and I will immediately use the heal scroll in these kind of fights. You cannot kill the destroyers because you have nothing in the air anymore. I just lost all my gyrocopters, a little bit sloppy there, so I will try to snipe the obsidian statues and after that the decay. Or I will just directly go for the decay. As you can see, Holy Light level 2, both level 2 doing plenty of damage using the Staff of Preservation to keep my griffins alive. I still should have one available, going for the Panda because there was an Evo portion on the DK, forcing the DK to run away from his Lich here, and now the Lich is completely out of position. As you can see, the DK and the Panda have to retreat, and now I realize, okay, it is the time to go for the Lich here. He's also kind of weak, no items on him, usually you want at least an Evo potion on that. So Lich dies, boom, in the process I lose like 2 griffins, but still that's fine because I'm constructing an expansion in the meantime, and that I know that he got no more expo here. Level 5 Archmage, and I know that I'm up against a lot of destroyers, so I will get the level 3 aura immediately for my 2 other heroes. Having more mana on the Mountain King as well as the Paladin is definitely the better choice than having level 3 water elementals here. And yeah, this might be how the game ends. So we just killed the Lich. XLorD to get his Lich back is selling a few buildings because he's also kind of dry. There's no more gold on his side. He was kind of aware that I expanded here, so he's going over there to kill that workers there at the expansion. Yeah, Breath of Fire, a few more coils. I'm also not in position to defend that in time. I will use the remaining long-distance mining workers here and send them over as militias to this base to get the workers back in place. And right now I'm doing one thing, I'm baiting out. I know that my heroes here are on the other side, like my Mountain King and my Paladin, and maybe he will think that this Archmage is a little bit out of position and commit to it. Yeah, there you go, he commits to my Archmage. This is a perfect moment. I still got Staff of Preservation, I could easily save that one. I use a Holy Light, use a bolt onto the excuse me, use a bolt and a clap onto the Paladin, and the moment the DK comes there to provide the aura so that the Panda can run away, I decide to go for that. There's no Town Portal, no Invo Potion, and I just get rid of him there just in time. So perfectly killing off the first hero of the Undead. There's no more gold to revive that one. Staffing out my Archmage in the meantime to prevent him from falling. Giving over the Wind of Malison for my Paladin to my Mountain King to kill off the remaining last hero here. And by killing that one off, I just finished the game. This was a nail in the coffin. There still is the Altar of Darkness in place. By selling a few more buildings, he should be able to get at least 1 or 2 heroes back. There's no more gold mine here, and you can see that he will go to revive one of his heroes, but I'm also aware that he will try to get the heroes back, and with the remaining destroyers he harasses my gold line, kills the Altar of Darkness. As soon as I kill that one, the game is basically over, because the resources on his side are just super limited. And to kill the remaining base, I just wanted to build like 1 or 2 more tanks that I got money from the long distance mining, and just kill his main base and win this game. So keep in mind, we transitioned from a normal destroyer game that should have been a destroyer push towards my main base. I forced him into this kind of game to at least have a slight chance to win. Then this game almost slipped out of hands, and in the end I was able to take the better engagements, kill off the heroes, and takes this game home here. So if you took anything like helpful out of this guide, or if you would like to give me some feedback, do this and leave it below the video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, if you enjoyed. Also let me know in the comments. This is the next guide, or I will still have to do one more guide, which will be Human against Night Elf, so stay tuned for that. This game should be over any second. There will be a few words from XLorD, I think. He's just acknowledging that I'm using a few tanks against him. He says GG, and the game is basically over. I could have mined a lot of gold from this gold mine in the end, because I got 2 tanks with the attack upgrade against air, and he could not really have done anything against that. So for that reason he decides to quit the game. There was no more gold mine for him. And yeah, this is how you win against the Destroyer push, or at least delay the Destroyer push. You have the perfect scenario for you to transition into whatever you want, but I pointed out the perfect unit composition you should go for. And so I will leave you with the thanks for watching and a cute song here for a few seconds, and stay tuned for the next guide. Come back, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave me your feedback.